Welcome, dads, to the 2018 Summer Dad Summit. Now, we got a lot of business to get through, and I know how y'all feel about making good time, so let's try and make some good time. All right. Now I'll call this meeting to order. As your chair, I'd like to officially kick things off. I'm very honored.
Hi, very honored. I'm Dad.
Please raise your beers, your coffees, whatever you got, and join me in reciting the dad oath. I am a dad. I am cool. I am funny. I have great taste in clothing, music, and food. I am not a tired relic of the past. I hold the wisdom of the future. I will protect and provide for my family unless my spouse wants to do it instead, which is totally cool with me. I vow to, at all times, keep the grill hot, the beer cold, the game on, the grass cut, and the stories long. I promise to thoroughly and lovingly rub my steaks with plenty of marinade. When we go to Olive Garden, I promise to invent puns by mispronouncing Italian words. For example, penne for your thoughts? By the way, I could have gone pro if it wasn't for that injury back in college. I was even scouted at one point. You should have seen me back then. I was quite the athlete. In conclusion, my biggest accomplishment will forever be raising my kids. I love my children, and I'm proud to be their dad. I'm not crying. Something must have gotten in my eye. Go Bulldogs! All right.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't want to interrupt, but I think I lost my sunglasses. Anybody?
They're on the back of your head.
Have you checked the sofa? Check the sofa. I texted my wife earlier. She didn't see him there.
Back of your head?
Back
Back of your head.
Back. Are you guys kidding?
Yeah, they're right there.
I look like an idiot. Guys. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's okay.
All right. It happens to all of us.
Sorry.
All right.
Let's all enjoy the evening.
Yeah. All right, now we have some new business. We have some resolutions to get through, so please, if you're in favor, just call out damn straight, as per usual. So music resolution 11, the only drum a dad shall play is the car steering wheel.
Damn straight.
That's passed. 2018 travel ban, no boys in Jamie's room.
Damn straight.
All right. All right. A couple more resolutions. Farts will no longer be blamed on bullfrogs. Instead, they will be blamed on barking spiders. All right. Style resolution. The only approved haircuts must be chosen from the poster at the barbershop. All right. Entertainment resolution. We will only see movies about World War II, and when we do see those movies, we will only go to the theater once every 10 years. All right, great. And attire resolution 213. The most dads will spend on a pair of jeans is $12.
Damn straight.
All right, pass. Moving on. Attire resolution 214.
Attire? A tire? A round rubber liar? I lie before you all as four distinct people. Me, myself, and I.
Marcel, whatever it is, Marcel Duchamp, please have some business here to get resolved. Attire resolution 214. When given a choice of cell phone belt clips, dads will always choose the bulkiest and most obnoxious.
Damn straight.
Pass. All right, next travel resolution 15. When arriving at the airport.
Ooh, travel! I travel, you travel, we all scream for travel. Ah!
God damn it, Marcel Duchamp, for the last time. This isn't an absurdist Dada art summit. Okay? This is the dad summit.
But I am a daddy. I have a luscious baby boy, which I've brought to this lovely gathering.
Oh, really? If you have a child?
I
you
do.
have a child? Let's see it.
I do. Oh, yes. I'd like you all to say hello to my lovely baby boy, Dimitri.
All right. Can someone please escort Marcel Duchamp out of here? He is not a father. Thank you.
Oh,
brush, please? Okay.
All right. Thank you. Just want to remind everyone, this is not an absurd event. This is the Summer Dad Summit when all the dads get together and talk about dad issues that are facing dads everywhere. I don't see anything absurd about that. And our next resolution, wieners shall always have grill marks. All right, that's it for new business. Now we have a presentation from our budget committee chair, Pete. Pete? Oh, yeah. Was that a 32-inch?
Yeah, you know it was. I got it at Best Buy.
Yeah, how much was that?
You know what? Clearance. I got it for $100.
No.
Yeah, $100, baby. $100.
All right, and that's why Pete's our budget committee chair.
Yes.
All right, Pete, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I begin, I'd like to dispel any rumors about my retirement. I intend to continue my role as budget chair until Barb and I are empty nesters. So you're stuck with Pete the Penny Pincher for at least 2 more years, I'm sorry to say. But in all seriousness, though, we are coming off a wonderful financial year, and I'm happy to report that our budget is in excellent shape. Yes, that is deserving of applause. Thanks to some thrifty spending and restraint on all of your parts when it comes down to it, and a high-performing portfolio of deals and discounts. If you turn your attention to this slide, you will see the first piece of wonderful news, a significant bump in the performance of Kohl's Cash. Now, retail loyalty programs are historically volatile. Kohl's Cash is just going through a time of exponential growth, and it's really incredible. And they really took a big uptick since they started carrying Kubota lawnmowers. So that's been really great. Our next slide shows our high-performing portfolio of rewards programs at different stores, and we have a particularly high-performing Fred Meyer rewards card. If you'll look at that, and the burgeoning Walgreens Balance Rewards program, which I used to purchase a free box of Sucrets last time I had a sore throat. Yeah. Now, my fellow fathers, I know how tempting it can be to walk into the Best Buy and see all those flashy new gadgets, like, thermostats you can control from your phone, security systems you can control from your phone. Hell, I was even tempted to buy a deli slicer you can control from your phone. Calm down, calm down. I got all hot and bothered when I saw that meat gadget too.
Hey, order.
But you know what? I didn't buy it. No, I didn't buy it at all. You know why? Because it wasn't a smoking hot deal. That's why. Deals are good for everyone. They're good for dads. They're good for the economy. But I'll tell you who they're not good for, the schmuck letting that thing go for that price. If you turn your attention to this next slide, you'll see a brief history of our combined expenses. You'll notice that under the leadership of Bob Granger, we were a lean financial machine. Spending was low. We were buying used cars off of people who didn't know what they had. And we placed a temporary ban on the sales of electric guitars and equipment. And I know that that was very unpopular, but we made it through when Mike Lang lifted that in 2012. Now, Mike likes deals. Yeah, let's give it up for Mike. Yeah. I like deals as much as the next guy. Mike, for everything he did that was great, he also had his fault. He advocated taking your family to Cheesecake Factory. Now, Cheesecake Factory is delicious, but when it comes down to it, no, you're going to spend a ton of money when you could just throw some meat on the grill. Calm down.
Okay.
Calm down. Now, you'll notice that after Mike departed, we entered a dark period. Everybody was spending a lot. They were going to Jiffy Lube instead of changing the oil in their cars themselves, when they could have done that with a little bit of elbow grease. And then that smarmy lizard Dan Wood, he became chair and blew a hole in our budget. And boy, let me tell you, did Papa Tolman inherit a big mess. We enacted a number of strategic cuts. No more Fleetwood Mac concert tickets. I know, it was hard. Just one round of golf. I know, it sucked. And the worst, the ban on microbrews. I know. I know, it was so hard. But here is the beautiful part. I am here to report, and I am thrilled to report, that we have more than halved our spending, cutting our spending to unprecedented levels. And my friends, I am thrilled to say that we are now living in Pete Tolman's golden age of deals. We couldn't have done this without grit and determination from each and every one of you. You pooled together to share Costco memberships. You helped each other buy flat screen TVs like the one we're looking at right now. You crafted things for your wife's Christmas present because, you know, kids aren't the only one who can do craft projects. Dads can too. And then there were dads like Gary Rupp of Plano, Texas. He made an amazing impact by finding a 6-piece dinette set on Craigslist for $250. Talked the lady who was selling it down to $175. Can you believe that? Or Steve Parrish from Chico, California, who found a killer deal on a Kia Soul because it was lightly used for test drives. Or perhaps the most amazing story of the year. Retired CIA agent Brian Mills saved tens of thousands of dollars by rescuing his daughter himself. Talk about a DIY work ethic. You're all inspirations to me, each and every one of you, and that's why I am thrilled to report that we are lifting the ban on microbrews. Now go out and find some deals. Let's save even more money. We might even be able to go see Big Head Todd and the Monsters at the Sun Valley Amphitheater next year.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Tolman. Your work on this committee is always appreciated.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you, Chair.
All right. Now, as we'll... Nope. I'm keeping it out. Yep. Now, as will happen at these summits every once in a while, we get some third parties coming in to, you know, pitch us some new ideas on how to be better dads. So, this year, we have an actual business owner and fellow dad, Jack Sawyer, whose company is providing an indispensable service to dads everywhere. Jack, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, dads. Thank you, arrogant bastards. Dads, look. It's summertime. And that means two things. Brats on the grill. And your daughter's gonna ask you to build her a treehouse. Now, just because you don't have any carpentry skills or upper body strength whatsoever, doesn't mean your precious little angel has to suffer. Let Dad Prefab Treehouses do the heavy lifting. We build and install custom treehouses that will make your family say, wow, look at that. Dad actually finished something for once. Meet their expectations. Sure, a fancy tree fort with 3 stories and a pulley system would raise your street cred, but it would also raise some eyebrows. Dad prefab treehouses are built with only the cheapest materials and the shoddiest of craftsmanship. Cute touches like frayed rope and exposed nails let your daughter know that there's only one type of person that could have cobbled together this sad mess of wood, and that's Dad. Yeah, thank you, dads, thank you. Dad Prefab Treehouses doesn't just build treehouses, we also simulate the construction experience. Scattered Miller lights around the construction site let your wife know it's business time. Home Depot receipts in the trash can protect from any snoopers. And with the new Prefab Treehouse free app, you can serenade your family with the sounds of a dad building a treehouse.
Ah, jeez. Fucking A. Yowza, my fingies. Yowza, my fingies.
Get your hands doity. Our team of cosmetic experts will apply a thin layer of dirt to your body, and our resident sadist, Clark, will sand down key parts of your flesh to really get the look going. Dad Prefab Treehouses can make you this summer's MVP. But don't just take my word for it. How about we hear from one of our satisfied customers?
Nothing says Dad's been busy like having splinters injected into your fingertips.
Leave no witnesses. Oh, so your neighbors think they saw a crew of 6 in your backyard building a treehouse. Let our muscle man Crisco refresh their memories. Fool them all. According to books, our brains are weakest during deep REM sleep. Let our registered hypnotherapist Shiva whisper her tortured incantations into the ears of your loved ones as they sleep. If they wake up the next morning, they'll wake up with pleasant memories of Dad building a better future for his entire family.
In the past, I wasn't really present in my daughter's life. Now that I've signed up for this, she knows I'll always be there for her.
Well, actually, Glenn, we built that treehouse.
No, I built it. I know I did. I built it with my bare hands. Daddy made that. I spent 3 weeks pouring my blood, sweat, and tears in it. Daddy built that! I made that! Daddy made that!
Sure thing, Glenn. Look, Dads, I get it. Just because you own 3 types of hammer doesn't mean you know how to use one. Let Dad Prefab Treehouses hammer out all of your summer projects. A tire swing that isn't load-bearing? Check. A poorly contained fire pit? We can do that. An aluminum gazebo with a retractable roof? Should probably call Lowe's for that one. But for everything else, call us at 503-555-DADZ, or you can visit our newly refurbished storefront at Columbia and 80th. And you best believe Daddy built that. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you.
All right, thank you. A very, very interesting proposition. We'll all take it under consideration. As you all know, or as your kids might be bothering you about it, there is some sort of climate thingy going on. So we did a special investigation into how dads are using water and whether or not we're wasting any water. And we had sent out a documentary crew to interview some dads. So let's check that out.
There's just something special about seeing something dry, making it real wet. There's a transformative quality to it. Taking a dry object that has some dirt or some dust on it, and just giving it a real good hose down. There's just nothing quite so satisfying.
I wake up, I hose. You know, sometimes you have a tough day, you need to take a nooner. People are cheesing me at work, I come home, I hose. Yeah! There it is. Yeah! No one's gonna tell me to turn this baby off. Not my neighbors, not my wife. If I'm hearing any doubt creep in to my mind, the water drains out all that noise. I don't hear it.
I just love the power of the water and seeing how it can transform an object, going from dry to wet. And not only that, but just fresh and clean. And my water bill tends to be pretty high.
Well, when it comes to watering my lawn and my plants, I like to use the minimum setting on my hose. Just let it dribble out just a little for a few minutes, then I stop. All right, just a little now. Just a touch. There we go. That looks good. Just like the mighty camel, you adapt and you learn to hold the water when you need it most. You learn to hold it for those hot, hot days.
My gateway into hosing had to be, we're talking spring break '93. This is Cabo. I co-ran the wet t-shirt contest down there. Spring batch was looking good that year, and you can't ever get too transparent with those t-shirts, so they never told me to stop, and I never did. 10 years running, I just kept coming back until I met Nancy at the contest. Now every Sunday is sort of our own wet t-shirt contest here, so goodbye Cabo, but hello hosing, always.
Sometimes I'll just soak some for the hell of it. It doesn't even have to be dirty. I was always of the mindset that water is forever. We're always going to have it, and the fact that someday I could not be able to hose stuff down as much as I want, it scares me.
I see stuff on the news, and I change the channel. I know what's right because I feel it. You touch the hose, and you turn it on, and you feel the first stream sort of pulsing underneath that outer fiber. That feeling's all I need.
When I'm watering my plants, I'm not only thinking about my children, but I'm thinking about my children's children and their children.
Those rainbows, that's God telling you. The hose He created it. He created the hose for us. And I think that's beautiful.
I'll turn the hose off when the water stops coming out, which it hasn't yet, so it's staying.
So in conclusion, keep hosing stuff down, dads. Straight. Now, dads, for some business I want to put to bed. We are a strong-headed group, but in order for dadocracy to be effective, we really need to resolve some issues. That's why I'm reopening the case of Putterer versus Tinkerer. I know. Now, to reiterate, the motion put forth was to eliminate either the classification of puttering or tinkering, as they are too similar. Now we'll have the committee chairs make their statements. Peter, you may begin.
Thank you, Chair. You met me earlier. I'm Pete Tolman, the Finance Committee Chair. I'm also the Puttering Committee Chair. I am the Puttering Committee Chair. So, putterers.
Putter. Ask your mother.
Let me ask you, dads, what is the weekend for? Is it not for catching up on your games you've TiVo'd on the VCR? Is it not the time to chip some balls in the backyard? Is it not a sacred space for testing a new dry rub? Yeah. Is it not the time to freely choose to do as little or as much as you'd like? This, my dads, is the definition of puttering. To aimlessly wander your homestead, to complete or not to complete tasks as you so choose. But there is a threat to this freedom, and in this freedom to do and not to do. And that is the term tinker. Tinker implies project. Project implies productivity. Productivity is not what my weekend is for. My fellow dads, I put slippers on 1 foot at a time. and I aim to keep them on throughout the entire weekend. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Now we will hear from the Tinkerers. Tim, the floor is yours.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. Tinkers Tink! Thank you. My fellow dads, since the dawn of time, man has tinkered. When man invented the wheel, there was another man who tinkered with it, thinking he could make some improvements. We are not putterers. We are men of slow action. Allow me to demonstrate. This is puttering. Oh, weed whacker over here. Sledgehammer to fix nothing. It's nonsense. But this is tinkering. Understood?
Yeah.
Do you understand the battle we are fighting in a world without tinkerers? We'd be calling the plumber, the electrician, the mechanic. We may have shelves full of unfinished projects. We may not always fix what we try to fix, but damn it, we tinker with it. Thank you.
All right. Now we shall take a vote. Those in favor of eliminating the classification of tinkering.
Damn straight.
All right. And those in favor of eliminating the classification of puttering.
Damn straight.
Seems we have a tie. Now, usually the tie is broken by the chairman, myself, but as I'm in the middle of a project working on my lawnmower, feel I cannot remain impartial. So we will have to refer to the charter. Okay. Does anyone have any readers I can borrow? No, they were in my front pocket. Now, as the charter says, each side is to pick a champion to engage in tossing the old pigskin around. So each side, pick your champion.
Oh, I could be my own champion. I played a little ball in high school. Coach said I had a hell of an arm.
Oh, really? Did he? Well, we will pick Zeus, god of thunder, father of Hercules and Athena.
There he is.
Here I am.
God damn.
All right, champions, you know the rules. You shall toss the pigskin back and forth, and the first one to open up about their father is to submit and lose.
I don't have anything to say about my father.
Well, neither do I.
I mean, what's there to say?
Exactly. I don't talk to my dad. Why would I talk about him?
That's harsh, Zeus.
Harsh? My dad tried to swallow me.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, I could be my own man too, you know? It's just like maybe I didn't want to play college ball, you know?
I know. I mean, I didn't want to have to slice open his belly to release my siblings, but he didn't give me much of a choice.
It would have been nice if we could have come to that last game, though, you know?
And I feel like I wish Cronus would have never tried to swallow me.
All right, well, I think we have both sides. You both lose.
What?
Yeah, both opened up about your dad. So classifications of puttering and tinkering shall remain, and that settles that. I don't want to hear anything about puttering or tinkering in this summit ever again. Is that clear? Next, we have a update from Dr. Mason, representative of the Scientist Dads, with his annual report. Dr. Mason.
Gentlemen, as you know, we are in the midst of a global crisis. A dangerous disease is infecting men all over the globe. I'm talking, of course, about the midlife crisis, also known as menopause, loss in translation syndrome, and American Beauty disease. Symptoms start mild, feeling nostalgic, looking through old photographs, but it progresses fast. If medication is not administered in time, the patient has lost all hope for recovery and must be euthanized. It's the only way to prevent a full-blown pandemic.
Oh, come on, this is bullshit. There's no such thing as a midlife crisis, okay? I'm still hot.
I know this may be hard to accept, but the science is in. I have before you damning new evidence that things are only going to get worse. It's called internet.
What?
And we believe it will lead to generational differences, the likes of which the world has never seen. It's a goddamn perfect storm of cultural irrelevance. It's only a matter of time before we're completely out of touch with the younger generation. I've requested federal emergency funding to set up relief centers all over the country. For those who need it, we can administer counseling and heavy sedatives. For those who are beyond help, we will give emergency tanning beds, Bowflex gyms, SkyMall catalogs, and of course, sports cars. We can help. These men don't have to suffer any longer. We may get older, but I'll be damned if we have to act older. Thank you, gentlemen, and Godspeed.
Thank you, Dr. Mason. Your research is always appreciated. Now, Dad's, it's a heavy subject, so why don't we lighten the mood? I got a little surprise for you. What? What?
Listen, I lost a beautiful birthday present my sweet dear Sally gave to me. It's my #1 dad cup. I don't know where it went. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where my #1 dad cup went.
Dan, you're holding it.
She looked me in the eye.
Dan, it's in your hand. It's in your hand.
It was a very recent gift. It was a very recent gift, and yeah, that's it. Now, granted, I was just feeling emotional thinking about it. Come on.
All right, thank you, Dan.
Come on.
As I was saying,
It's a nice cup.
Dan,
Sorry.
got a little surprise for y'all. Brought the Blue Collar Comedy Tour for Dads.
What?
They're here.
Okay.
They're here. They're here. All right, they're just going to get set up now. These guys have been touring around for years.
Man, this guy he keeps losing stuff.
I know.
It's crazy. He
Jeez.
doesn't even know what he's doing
No.
here. This is an amazing setup, don't you guys think?
This is the best I've
Yeah,
seen.
it's
Yeah.
I've never been to anything like this. Dad Summit.
What do you think the wattage is on that?
37.
37. Yeah, that's what I was
it's a
thinking, man.
37
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
look directly at it.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for having us. We're the
Thank
Dad
you.
Collar Comedy
Yeah.
Tour.
Thank you.
I think you guys know us from our individual stand-up comedy, but we have been touring for 5 years now together as a team. And you love our stand-up comedy, but we're here to just kind of do some things for you guys here. You guys all know me. My name is Jack Foxworthy. You
Jack
guys know, thank
Foxworthy,
you.
everyone.
Yes. You know me from my famous "You Might Be a Dad" jokes. For example, if you wear your sandals when you go get the newspaper, but you wear your tennis shoes when you go to the beach, you might be a dad. Okay, we'll work on it. No problem. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
like
one
my
more.
favorite one.
I think they're getting it. Okay, how about this? If whenever your kid opens a fridge and takes a look, you say, take a picture, it'll last longer, you might be a dad. Okay, they're getting it. Okay. And you might also know me from last season of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. They did a real makeover on me, and I'm really making a lot of positive changes, and I'm really working on my anger issues more than everything, and I've got my family back right?
Yeah, it
got my
worked.
family back. It was hairy for a second. But next to me, okay, we got Lydia Fanning.
Lydia Fanning, everyone.
You know her from the Mom-Com comedy tour. You know her from traveling across the country with her 2 sons. What are their names?
Wilson and Tripp.
Wilson and Tripp. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I know what a couple of you were thinking. You two, you were thinking, like, what's this broad doing on the dad comedy tour? I'm a single parent, so, like, I gotta wear a lot of hats. I gotta be more of a mom than the moms.
That's right.
More of a dad than all the other dads.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
She outdads us.
Homeschool, so I'm their teacher. I'm their coach. I am their bro. I am their pen pal who lives in Canada. Do not tell them that, because she's how I'm gonna find out when they start getting into drugs.
You wear a lot of hats, that's for sure. You wear a lot of hats, yeah, that's for sure. And then next to her we got Bert. Alert!
Hey,
Yes,
it's me,
Bert Alert.
Bird Alert. Uh-oh, I heard an alarm go off. Bird Alert's here.
Uh-oh.
Hey, chilling him out. You guys know my catchphrase.
His
All
catchphrase,
right,
yeah.
that's it.
Give him a thing of your catchphrase, yeah.
All right. Hey, you gonna go outside, make sure that beer's cold, and chilling him out.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, these
Good. All right, what should we talk about? I think there's a lot of subjects that came up that we can talk about. I mean, I think we should talk about our kids first, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have kids.
I have 2 girls, okay, Ravina and Prithvi, and my girls are 16 and 17. Can you imagine having girls that age? It's crazy.
No.
I'm losing my mind over here. It's not funny anymore. I mean, they're coming home late. I don't know what they're doing. Their grades are slipping.
Ooh.
I'm going crazy over here. But it's all in good fun, you know?
Yeah,
we're having a good time.
yeah.
It's not a big problem.
We're trying hard.
You know what I tell them? If you're gonna come home late, don't bring a date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And
Yeah.
I really saved that from being a tense moment. They really taught me a lot on Squid Eye. They really.
It's cool. You talk about how difficult it is to raise teen girls. I don't know anything about that. Me and Bert, we just got boys.
Boys, yeah.
My boys' spitting image of their father. Unfortunately, he has been dead for 3 years.
Yeah. It's sad, yeah.
So, like, I'm saying is they are very lazy. Like, they travel around with me. I ask Tripp, just clean your room. We're just in a van. Like, he's just got to pick up the McDonald's cups and throw them in the trash. You think I'd asked him to, like, deep clean the Sistine Chapel with a toothbrush?
They say parents don't understand. Kids don't understand.
No, they don't.
Kids don't. We should
Will
write
Smith had
that
it
rap.
backwards. And Bert, you got kids?
Yeah. I got a son named Trent. He's 30 years old. He won't get out of the house that I'm living in with my dad. Right? Yeah. Kid, get out already.
Yeah. It's a real multi-generational home that you're living in.
It is. Yeah. My dad made a lot of money. And you know the story. You know the story. Yeah.
Also making a lot of money.
Yeah, he's funding our tour. He funds all of our
Yeah,
tours.
he is sponsoring a lot of our comedy right
Give it
now,
up for Bert's dad.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Bert.
Well, I guess before we get out of here, I think we should do our famous round robin joke.
Yeah,
that we do, okay?
Yeah.
You guys all know what it is. My daddy always told me.
Mhm.
All right, so we're gonna go in a circle. We're gonna say something that our daddies always told us. Okay, I'll go first. My daddy always told me, hey, don't let your arm go outside the bus or it'll get chopped off by an oncoming traffic.
It said that. Yeah.
My dad always said, Lydia, it's really important to believe in yourself. Don't listen to the naysayers. Because what do horses know?
Yes.
Oh, my daddy always told me, when are you gonna get a job already? Hey, chilling him out.
Hey, Chilima, thank you guys very much. We've been the Dad Cover Comedy Tour.
Thank you so much.
Trouble knowing what to buy us. And sometimes we get things we don't even know what to do with. So I'm going to bring out an expert. He's going to tell us what to do with all those Father's Day gifts we got building up in our shed. Let's bring them on out. All right.
Thank you all for having me. As was previously stated, I am an expert not only in fatherhood, but in survival bushcraft, not butchcraft. I spent 10 years living off the grid, and I'm ready to tell you guys about what your children's gifts might mean to you. We've all gotten gifts that we had a hard time really understanding, but do you ever think maybe that it's not so much about your kid's lack of motor or neurocognitive abilities, but rather your own inability to grasp what they're trying to communicate to you? Let me give you an example. Now, my son made this for me on his first day of kindergarten. It might just look like a simple macaroni necklace, and that's what I thought it was at first. But then I got to thinking, this is actually not just a wearable macaroni necklace. It's also food rations that can be used in an extreme survival situation. Yeah. Let's say, for example, you're lost on a hike, or the fabric of society crumbles around you. Simply take the macaroni necklace, find the binding, cut it, and you've got yourself a meal that you don't have to scavenge for. Yeah. Thank you. Now, maybe that sounds far-fetched to you. Maybe that sounds a little crazy. Well, you guys haven't seen the second gift my son gave me. Take a look at this. Yeah. This is a popsicle stick house, but I know my son intends this to be used as kindling for the fire that we cook our pasta with. How about that? That's ingenuity, am I right? Thank you. Now, this past springtime, my son, he gave me a gift that I was a little bit confused about. Maybe I didn't think it was very significant at first. It's a drawing of the Easter Bunny. It says Happy Easter on it. And if you're anything like me, you probably thought, well, Easter Bunny, there's no significance to that. That's as fake as our currency is since we gave up the gold standard, am I right? But then he gave me a second gift. A clay Easter Bunny. You guys get it yet? Clay Easter Bunny. Sir, may I borrow your hammer, please? Thank you. I will. I seem to have misplaced mine. Now, clay, as I'm sure we all know, is made of a combination of carbon minerals, talc, and vermiculite, which when ground into a fine powder and mixed with a little bit of sodium potassium nitrate. You can get this at your local hardware store or Walmart. Add just a little bit of water, or if the survival situation is a little more extreme, human saliva will do. Mix it around a little bit, and you've got yourself homemade gunpowder. That's right. Now back to the Easter Bunny. I was wondering why Easter, and then I realized my son's telling me he wants to go on his first hunting expedition. And as for Easter, what better target than a very symbol of childhood indoctrination and lies? That's right. So my son, I've decided, is ready not only for me to tell him the truth about the Easter Bunny, about Santa Claus, and about John F. Kennedy. He's ready to go on his first expedition into the bush, which is why I'm suiting up and loading out as soon as this summit's done, and we're going to go into the Alaskan wilderness together. Now, maybe something I'm saying sounds far-fetched. Maybe I seem a little bit unhinged. You're probably thinking to yourself, your son couldn't possibly manufacture gunpowder, or, oh, no, it's just a drawing of a bunny, or fluoride isn't being used to taint our brains. Well, then, take a look at this. Facts don't lie. And if you are still not convinced, I have right here a map my son's drawn. This is a tracking map for hunting wild elk in rural Alaska. And you might look at this and say, I'm not done yet. You might look at this and say, oh, how are you possibly going to read that? I'll be honest, I can't. But my son can. And I know as soon as we step off of that helicopter into the frozen tundra, he's going to show me the way. It's amazing the things that we can learn from our children if we just take the time to listen and see the truth. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I got a tie. Not sure what to do with that. So, like to open up the floor here at the summit. And I understand that Douglas of the recently divorced dads has something he would like to address. Douglas, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. First and foremost, I would like to wish all the dads a happy grilling on this hot weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. I just checked the forecast and barbecues are optional. Just don't forget your meats. And while most of us will be surrounded by family, some of us are not so lucky. Of course, I speak for myself and Jerry here.
Yep.
We are fathers of divorce. Dads who, through the sheer convenience of joint custody law, only see their kids on the weekends. Now, I know you got your little names for us, you know. The balls without chains.
The mayors of Splitsville.
The prenup papas.
The part-time custodians.
That one reads a little better in an email. But I want to say that, you know, even though we may not be in the picture anymore, we just want to be treated as the normal, good-hearted dads that we are. Ain't that right, Jerry?
Yep.
That's really all I wanted to say. Thank you for your time.
Can the Coalition of Stepdads say a few words as well?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the floor is yours, Rick. Let's keep it civil.
Thank you. Thank you. I, too, would like to wish the summit a happy grilling. I wish we could fit a barbecue in here. Be a real meeting of the minds, if you catch my drift. Okay. Now, as the leader of the Stepdad Coalition, I'd like to say this. I know things can get awkward post-divorce. People are taking sides, and you don't want to anger the old ball and chain.
Amen. Amen.
And as you're ambling through the bleachers of your son's baseball scrimmage, I implore you, don't forget about the stepdad. Now, I may be a little too into the game for someone who constantly mispronounces his stepson's name, but I got a cooler full of brewskis, and that 9th inning ain't getting here anytime soon. We're good guys, okay? Take Reg here. He's been a stepdad 3 times over.
4 times a charm.
Stop that. All right. In summary, we may be new to the picture, but get to know us. We're dads too. Rest assured, none of your kids are going to be coming home from my place hammered anytime soon. Not like some of you weekend dads.
You talking about me?
I think I speak for all the stepdads here when I say we're tired of our sons coming home smelling like skunk.
Yeah. 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 I'm sick of my stepboy vomiting Keystone Ice in my back seat. What?
Hey, if Jeremy can't handle the ice, tell him to stay out of the icebox, okay?
All right, order. Order.
This is so typical.
What?
I know Gail sent you here just to bring this up. You know, she always hated when I looked like the cooler parent.
Yeah, maybe you didn't know how to treat her.
What did you say?
I said maybe you didn't know how to treat her right. And now she's with a man who can.
You're just getting my sloppy seconds.
Come and stand out of my face.
I will. I'll get deep in that face.
Get up in it then.
I'll get up in your mouth like a chili dog.
Now bite those buns
All right, order! Stepdads! Hey! Stepdads, weekend dads! This behavior is unacceptable. This is the Summer Dad Summit, goddammit. Now, Rick, I know you've been divorced before, so cut Doug some slack. And Doug, Gail may have left you in a heart-wrenching fashion, but Doug Jr. is still your son, okay?
Sorry.
I'm sorry too.
You know, at the end of the day, we're just a group of dads trying to have a good time.
You're right.
Like the time I had with Gail last night!
Josie's on vacation far away. Come and take a little closer. So many things that I want to say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just want to use your love tonight. I don't want to lose your love tonight.
Ain't got many friends left to talk to. No one to run to when I'm in trouble. You know I'd do anything for you. Sitting undercover. I don't want to use your love tonight.
I don't want to lose your love
tonight.
Well, that's it for new. What is it, Dan?
It's like, at this point, I'd be grounding my own ass.
I don't understand what you mean, Dan.
I'd be grounding myself if I had lost a fourth thing tonight. I have a great gift. I have a great gift-giving family, and they gave me another great gift. A beautiful blue utility brush. I keep it in the trunk of my Civic. I swipe that guy up and down the windshield. It's a glorious blue mother grabber.
Okay, has anyone seen Dan's blue brush?
Has anybody seen it?
Are you talking about Dimitri?
What?
You shut up! I thought I told you to get the hell out of here.
What?
Get out, get in. Are we inside?
Huh? You mother grabber! That is mine! I'm gonna go Liam Neeson on your butt!
Excuse me. Okay, thank
Oh.
you, boys.
Oh.
Hi. Boys, your time is done. We need to clear out. We have to start planning for the Winter Mothers Summit.
It's a Winter Mothers Summit.
Okay, I just put Layla down, and we have to start accordingly so I can keep her on her new sleep schedule.
Your time's up, boys.
Okay, Val, we're just
Nope, your time.
What?
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 nothing.
What?
Nothing. Just gonna have the Arrogant Bastards play one more song.
Okay. They were lovely. You were very good. You're very good. Okay, we're gonna go.
Winter Mommy Summit.
Winter Mommy Summit. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, boys, we gotta wrap this up. Arrogant Bastards, play us out.
Yep.
Wanna be your daddy for just a night. Wanna hold you close and hold you tight. Wanna be your daddy till the morning light. Can't help myself, everything's alright. Who is your daddy? Wanna be your daddy for just a night. For just a night. Saw you last Sunday, walking down the street. Wearing the pretty dress, looking so sweet. Wanna be your daddy? Yeah, yeah. Who is your Wanna be your daddy when the lights are low. Wanna hold you tight when the music's slow. Wanna be your daddy when it's all so cold. Don't be afraid, gonna be so bold. Who is your daddy? Wanna be your daddy for just the night, for just the night. Come take my hand, come walk with me. I'll be everything you want me to be. Gonna be your daddy, yeah, yeah. Wanna be your daddy, ooh. Gonna be your daddy, wanna be your daddy. Just the night, just the night, yeah. Gonna be your daddy, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wanna be your daddy, well, alright. Who is your daddy? Wanna be your daddy, yeah, yeah. Who is your daddy? Wanna be your daddy, just the night, just the night. Thank you.